Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional owners of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. I do apologise how the subtitles spell Worimi, Worimi, but it seems to hear my accent somewhat differently. Life would be so much easier if I lived across the water in a Wabakal country, but I'm here where I am and I love it. Okay, I was asked by one of my beautiful viewers to have a look at what's coming up for Hunter Biden, apparently looking very gaunt and just untidy about his person. His court case in regards to the firearm charges is coming up on the 3rd of June, sorry, so next week, that probably is next week. He's pleaded not guilty. Basically, the firearms charge is that if I get it correctly, and I do apologise if I got it wrong, I actually haven't written this down, didn't even look at it, but something to do with the fact that he was on drugs, perhaps with a drug conviction, um, and had purchased a firearm, which is highly illegal to do so, perhaps like undergoing treatment for drug usage. Along those lines, we get the drift of it anyhow. And it is about naive choices that he made in the past, blind choices that he made in the past. He's pleaded not guilty. Now the judge has come out and said to the prosecutors, "You will not be bringing up anything that isn't directly related to this charge." So, and he did go out of his way to say nothing about his taxes, nothing about his child support, nothing about his military career and his discharge from the military or his leaving the military, nothing about his father. There will be nothing brought up except for the facts about this particular charge. Good on him, the judge. I just want to know how it's going to go for Hunter Biden. I feel that Jill Biden is being an absolute rock for him. However, this is a man, I won't say a young man, this is a man who has had to face his own demons. He's had to go through a minefield of grief. And here we've got, well, it can be the abuse of power, the win at all cost, stealing from the battlefield, stealing of the truth. This may be what he's up against, is the abuse of power and the win at any cost. Whereas he's had to go through this horrific grief, and I really do feel like part of what he's going through is he's going through survivor's remorse that he's carried since childhood. He was in a car accident with his mother and his younger sister, and his mother and younger sister perished in that car accident. He survived as a young boy. He then went on, and his older brother, Bo, died very young of, I believe it was a form of cancer. Um, he's basically had his family around him. Here he is, the survivor guilt from that car accident, but then also probably some survivor guilt as well in regards to Bo. He was Bo, a decorated military, I won't say hero, but decorated, strong, responsible, clean. Whereas you can imagine, as the sort of the alcoholic drug addict, etc., why was it my brother and not me? So I just really feel that he is and I just, oh, boy, does it feel intense, that he's had to deal with really, really intense survivor's guilt, which is, I just feel like bursting into tears actually. It causes a lot of anxiety, not anxiety, but um, just issues within himself. So, okay. Oh, now I just want to point out, in regards to anybody thinking of voting, putting in a protest vote, So writing in sort of anybody except for President Biden when they go to the vote in November. Both the fifth column put out a really poignant video about this, and it was basically that a protest vote doesn't punish Biden. So those that say I'm not going to vote for Biden, I'm going to punish Biden, not going to vote for him. I'm going to vote for anybody but, except for Trump, of course. It doesn't actually punish Biden. If Biden doesn't win the election as the presidency, he will merely, in fact, he'll probably feel a big relief off his shoulders. He will merely retire, move out of the White House, return to his home, to his wife, to his son, and to a very nice retirement check. Thank you very much. And it isn't a punishment for Biden, but a protest vote. If it means that Biden loses, it means that Trump will win, and it will punish the American people. So just keep that in mind if you know anybody that's looking at doing a protest vote against Biden. It's basically a vote then for Trump. Doesn't punish Biden at all. Okay, just putting that out there. Right, so how is Hunter Biden's court case going to go? How is Hunter Biden's court case going to go? I did put in my community page a video from both the fifth column that I think everybody should watch and pass it on, or just use the information within. But how's this court case? Oh, it's very emotionally overwhelming for him. How will this court case go? It's really emotionally overwhelming, and it was due to poor choices, and he knows it was poor choices. A choice that was made while he was in the midst of addiction. We get it. We absolutely get it. Let's have a look. How will this court case? Okay, thank you. What they're asking me to read on is not so much the court case, because Hunter Biden will be found guilty. They want me to ask about the sentencing. So show me for Hunter Biden the sentencing that he will receive. Okay, thank you. I'm getting a feeling he may change his verdict to guilty at some stage. Not his verdict, his plea to guilty, which goes a lot. If the evidence is overwhelming that you did it, and what we're talking about is purchasing a gun where he wasn't legally allowed to purchase a gun or have it in his possession. He may not have purchased it. He may have simply had it in his possession. If the evidence is overwhelming, that that's what it is, then he's guilty. Okay, thank you. I'm going to read on that first. Will Hunter Biden change his plea to guilty? Will Hunter Biden change his plea? I know I could pull out pendulum, but will Hunter Biden change his plea to guilty? Sentencing often is a lot more favourable if you plead guilty and show remorse. Come on down, let's have a look. Will he plead guilty? There's a lot of information coming out very quickly. This is moving very, very quickly. We have Joe Biden here, front and centre, but it also, I think, might be Joe giving him some advice. And it is positive advice. Okay, goodness me, how this man has time to... His son is more important to him. Most important to him. In the midst of all that's going on at the moment, he's still got the time that his son needs for him. So I think Joe Biden is giving Hunter a lot of wise advice here, and the family in regards to just see the family family emotionally encircling him with positivity. Okay. Question was, is he going to flash from yes? Things that have not yet been revealed can also be feminine energy, and another yes card, Temperance. So I'm getting the feeling this is him saying not guilty and then changing. Yeah, the Hermit card, introspection, that will then shine the light on the snake and the path. But yes, yes, and yes card, and the Magician, yes card. It's going to be quite volatile information being brought forward, but it is going to bring this to an end with the Death card there as well. So I've got this top line here is Joe, very possibly Jill as well, encircling him emotionally with family positivity. This is the not guilty reverting to the correct plea here. The light has then shone on the path forward, pulling the rabbit out of the hat, by owning it. I'm just going to say owning the plea, and it will bring this case to a conclusion. Okay, which is emotionally overwhelming and burdensome for him. Okay, so the next question is, what is the sentencing going to be? Doesn't matter what the sentencing is, the GOP are going to cry foul. So I just ignore what they say. Wasn't it fabulous to hear about Trump going to the Libertarian conference, getting his just desserts reception? I'll just leave it like that. Okay, the sentencing for Hunter Biden. Should be the sentencing for Hunter Biden. A couple of things I want to look at tomorrow. I was hoping to get to today, but we'll look at them tomorrow. The sentencing for Hunter Biden. Okay, thank you. Got to do what your guides tell you. The sentencing for Hunter Biden. Two of Swords, at the moment, it still could go either way. The decision is not being made, but it is a legal decision that needs to be made about what path to take forward. And I think it's still in Hunter's Biden's hands as due to which way he pleads. Okay, so the decision has not yet been made. Challenged by, okay, thank you. Conflicting messages here. This is very much about the prosecution trying to tear him down. So Hunter Biden's just going to find himself. The judge has said, you will not bring up. That doesn't mean that they won't attempt to. The back and forth argy-bargy conflict that's going to happen. New plan being presented. I think he's going to change his plea. A new plan being presented to bring about a new beginning, a new message, powerful new message. Here's the charges being laid, the prosecution, the court case underway, crowning this reading another 2. It is very much still about what path Hunter Biden wants to take forward in light of the evidence. He can sort of try and hide in the thicket down here, or he can step into the light and own it. I think he's going to own it, but how's the sentencing going to go? So this is the here and now going forward. An emotional cleansing for him. It's a really emotional new start for him, actually, by changing his plea, by owning it, by owning his actions. Instead of going down the usual duck and weave and hide, I'm not saying usual for him, but usual for Well, this is the advice lawyers would often give. Uh, if he changes his plea, which I think he's still in decision about, but I do feel that he's going to guilty, it's going to be incredibly cleansing for him. It's going to be emotionally overwhelming, but it's also going to be cleansing for him because it's going to really shine uh, an eye on him owning his actions. Okay, externally for him, this is a hard burden that he's been carrying. It's conflicted, it's confusing, it's a hard slog up the hill, um, trying to carry this load of the not guilty plea. Internally for him, an offer being made. He has to consider the offer. So internally, there may be an offer that is made, a plea deal, something along those lines, where if you plead guilty, you'll get 1 week in a county jail or something. I don't quite know what the best jail to be in is, or a minimum security or something along those lines. This looks like a plea deal being offered that he has to consider. Again, we've got this card, the hidden agenda perhaps. Can also be a feminine, the power of the feminine intuition as well. But you've got the two pillars of wisdom. I wonder whether this is Jill, along with Joe, um, instilling in him some wisdom. The outcome, oh gosh, I poker shuffled these back in, but again, we've got different order as well. The Hermit card, moving, an obstacle that he needs to overcome in this path as he's coming out of his isolation. Shine the light on this obstacle. The willing sacrifice, seeing things from a different point of view. And then the sword of truth. And again, what have we got? 3 aces for him. New beginning, new beginning, new beginning. And then we've got the wheel of fortune turning for him. Yeah, I really feel he's going to change his plea. He's going to, with this offer and the guidance that he's receiving, he's shining a light that this is an obstacle he needs to get over. He's going to look at it from a different point of view, and very possibly, I think he's going to change his plea and face the truth, and it will be a significant turning point for him. Again, we've got this 8 of Wands, a lot of positive headlines, a lot of positive information coming forward for him. Something unexpected out of left field being brought forward, perhaps an unexpected offer. And then we've got the sun, can be full illumination, or it just can be the sun shining on him and bringing this to an end. So that's just how I feel, how it's going to go. Okay, I really feel that will be an offer on the table. Plead guilty, and you'll get a, a $2,000 fine, and 3 days in the county jail or something along those lines. Does mean that he will then be a convicted felon and he can't vote for his dad in the upcoming election. Crazy how a convicted felon can run for president, but one can't vote for the president. Yeah, I just feel he's going to change his plea, and there's an offer there that I think he is going to take to bring this all to a close. Okay, let's see how it plays. I'm only human. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. Let's see how it plays. Love to you all. Take care.